tiered, Ken. Herbert and Flanders on top, and Copus and O'Connell breathe and win.
But they two have both proven earlier that they're fighters, so we're gonna see their chips flying into the middle pretty soon.
No, if you've been big enough, you could call.
As far as the body language goes, Herbert looks like everything is under control. He's sitting very straight, shoulders squared to the table. You mentioned how studious he is.
Yes, he's focused and he
Pass.
studies the other players, looking for weaknesses.
Pass.
Right.
Raise.
Copus, a raise from the small blind. This is a steal.
I have only one question. Why?
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
12,000 total.
He's run up against
Raise
it here.
6. Call.
And a quick call from Strummer. Why not the re-raise? King Queen's not that strong.
No, he wants to play flops with these guys.
Good news for Copus is he's out-flopped Herbert. But does he know it? Bottom pair.
Pretty much a dream result for racing without position with a 4 or 5 offsuit.
It's very hard to flop top pair with the 4 or 5. So
That's true.
I mean, if you're not prepared to flop bottom pair, you really shouldn't be in there.
That's the whole idea by playing high cards,
9,000.
because you flop high cards. This is excellent play by Herbert. He's playing the position, and Copus has just no idea. Oops.
Well, that's the best card in the deck for Copus, I think.
I was just gonna say, now Copus has to check on the turn, and Herbert's gonna steal it away, but now he hits the perfect card 2 pair, so now he feels confident again.
42,000 in there.
23,000.
And this is a big bet by Copus. Herbert is going to have to try and change his mind about this. You get the feeling, Ken, that... Excuse me, you get the feeling that Strummer made up his mind that Copus was weak, and...
Yeah, then he decided it was too much heat, he couldn't take it. But if Copus checks on the turn, it's a whole different ball game.
So Copus gets away with one there, and pressing it through, started to make some noise. He's scrappy. I mean, this has been a very scrappy game. Everyone determined to make their own arrangements, whether or not they get the cards.
That pot was huge for Copus. Without this pot, he would have been down in the gutter.
Action on Dave Copus here.
Pass.
And,
Pass.
so when there's one guy who's kind of short-stacked, the other 3 players just sort of back off and let him do what he will.
Yeah, it's an important tournament concept. If just one short stack, you can't do any. You can't take liberties and give him an easy chance to double up and get back into the game.
Raise from the small
Raise
blind here by
15,000
Kevin.
more, 21 total.
And you mentioned that he wasn't going to fold to a Flanders re-raise again.
Sorry?
Are you bullying me, Kevin?
Well, I've tried bullying you twice and you've come back on top of me, so what do you think?
3rd time's the charm.
It's true.
Huh?
I really don't like giving up the big
It's
blind.
true.
You never
Yeah,
give up
that's
your big blind.
Kevin will have those
Can you?
chips in so quick if she...
It's here. Quite nice.
There's absolutely no way he's folding this hand, is there?
She hasn't played a hand for a long while.
No, I can't be doing with it.
No.
Pass.
He
thought you had
didn't
one.
want her to re-raise,
wasn't
but I don't think he was going
No,
anywhere.
he was going all the way with a
He's half
ace
Irish.
duck.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
dare
not
you
holding a
to
duck.
go.
in her
She
hand.
could have showed him one ace and he would have called anyway.
It certainly is. Hey, you're only 3 there. Oh, sorry. Don't play them.
Poker players are a superstitious lot. One side of the table they've got the chips, and on the other side they've got Eeyore and the duck. You can take from that what you will.
Raise to 18,000 total.
This Herbert's in dead stroke right now. All in,
Raise
says
to
Kevin.
him.
Like this. Is he going to get Herbert off the hand?
Pass.
Depends on the pot odds.
I mean, he's...
Pass.
Have a count, please.
Set. Can.
I guess Kevin's decided he has enough to make a second raise.
Well, he was looking to make this move, the first possible hand, and Robert Herbert, he knows this. Richard Herbert, he knows this, so he doesn't need a lot to call. Because he knows if he doesn't call now, it's going to be
49,000
more
more.
expensive the next time, and even more expensive the next time after that, so...
That's a very good point. It's a very good point. But the second raise is a lot more powerful and profitable than the first one, isn't
And
it?
King Queen is not a fun hand to call a re-raise with.
The story is that it's just under 50,000 more for Herbert, which is a pretty big chunk.
He calls.
What?
That's
Pass.
an impressive call. He knows exactly
Definitely-
where he's
definitely
at and where
supposed to pass.
O'Connell
You're
is.
probably in front.
Not a lot of players would call here, but Herbert shows that he's a great player and he's got a very good understanding of the game.
Yeah, he's willing to look a little silly. As it is, he's a big favorite, but O'Connell probably not that upset. 42% chance to get 143,000. And more than that now.
It's a lot more.
Any club or a 9 or 10 is what Kevin needs. Yeah, he's gone favorite.
Yeah.
Quick, take a picture. He's got the flush.
And Kev,
Well,
How could you call with King Queen?
because I know what you're like.
You stuck your chips in, took I'm probably in front, so... And then you thought you were going to
well, this pie chart a lot more even than it ever was or deserved to be. And is this game wide open?
Apparently, I can't see how Flanders has... Yeah, she hasn't played a hand. She's really has an excellent chance to change gears and steal some more chips from the little boys.
She was giving me a clip round the ear roll them.
O'Connell in the big blind.
Pippa Flanders using table talk to further trick Kevin O'Connell. It worked brilliantly so far.
What is the value of a king 8 four-handed under the gun?
Not as much
Pass.
as six-handed when you have king 7 suited
Pass.
and you can limp under the gun.
Call.
Herbert limping
it.
in with it.
You know, yeah.
And
Or raise.
Herbert limping in a lot of these pots, it seems like. Can
His
because-
strategy is to see cheap flops. And that's a correct strategy.
Well, you can't blame him, can you? He's
Hey.
playing so well. And top pair versus bottom pair here.
Check.
Checking to the compulsive bluffer.
6,000.
This does look ugly. Should Herbert check raise now or
No.
later?
No,
Oh.
later. There's no flush draws out there. There's a remote possibility for a straight. It's a perfect hand to slow play.
It's dangerous though, isn't it? I mean, O'Connell could catch up.
Check.
Well, it's always
Check.
dangerous. But you need to take chances to win all the chips. That's the perfect card. Now he will commit all his chips with his hand.
9,000.
O'Connell thinking, what could he have called with on the flop that doesn't beat me now?
Either sounds a bit more.
Nothing. Queen Jack, Jack 10. It's a very remote possibility.
This is one of those hands, Ken, where you can only call if you're curious. I would have called by now.
Yeah.
9,000.
And Kevin may
So
be
much disrespect,
curious.
It's a
Think I'd
ridiculous
like to
call, I
Jack.
think.
Call.
It's a really bad call. Because Herbert, he can make a value bet with 9s or pocket 5s. I mean, pocket 6s or 7s. I mean, it's just money. It's a gift to Herbert.
He has taken the pot down. The blind's up now. There's 5 and 10,000. You think this is going to sort of change the dynamics of the game at all, Ken?
It's supposed to do. People are supposed to get more aggressive pre-flop. Well, it's hard to see how Copus can be any more aggressive pre-flop, but
This would be a start.
yeah.
Pass. Pass.
Blind on blind. And there's a lot of fun relationships brewing at this table.
Call.
Kevin and
No
Pippa.
raise.
Kevin and Richard Herbert. Copus and everybody.